Probably now I'll take that intro back.
Aloha, Jim. A pleasure to be here once again for this all-out suffocating edition of The Experience. George Zimmer was that man's name. He found the company, Men's Warehouse.
Yes, and then they returned his favor with scorn. Or whatever that old quote is. A soft word turneth away wrath. I don't know. They kicked him out. I don't.
Yeah.
The hell's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you, Gene? That's what David Schultz said to Gene Okerlund when he said he was in San Francisco looking for women, but he found only men that look like women.
Where's my quotation dictionary? I'm going to find that quotation. Well, I don't know what the subject was about. I'll work on that later on.
The subject was Hulk Hogan, but yeah, we can move on.
No, I wasn't talking about your thing. I was talking about my thing.
Well, I guess at least someone's talking about your thing.
Don't stir me up now. I tried to relax yesterday. It was Saturday, and it was the most beautiful day that you could ever think of for this time of year in Louisville. Low humidity, high of like 72 degrees. We hit a record low nearly, like 3 degrees off last night for this date in history. And the Monroes were out working on a project, and I'm going to get out with the limb lopper, and I'm picking some things. There's still things blowing down from every tree from that last windstorm, but we're it's Harley's romping in the yard. She's having a good day, feeling good. Stace is under her umbrella in the backyard there with her feet up, and I said, I'm going to have a personal day. What do the kids call it? The mental health day, right?
Well, I don't know, but the kids, the mental professionals, maybe? Is that
well, yeah, all those young folks, they didn't have mental professionals back in my day.
Mental professionals like Dr. Strange and whoever else is a mental professional.
Well, the only professional mentalist I knew was the amazing Kreskin when I was a kid. But that's why I tweeted a picture. I said the kids call it a mental health day. 40 years ago, we called it, I'm going to go sit out in the yard before I choke a sumbitch day. But I decided to spend the day with the family. And which I don't get to do very often. And then we ordered Freddy's steak burgers in, and we watched Svengoolie. It was a wonderful Saturday. Had some relaxation. What did you have a relaxing Saturday?
I had a lot going on. We had a function. What was on Svengoolie?
Yeah, we had a function. That's all we get. No, all right. You had your function.
That's right.
I was over here at Malfunction Junction.
What was on Svengoolie?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I'll let you know.
Get out of here.
Well, all right. I'll see you later.
I just shocked Suzanne showing her what I'll waste money on. I got a Killer Clowns from Outer Space gun recently, like the one they use in the movie, just so I can chase the kids around the house with it.
You're chasing your children around the house with a gun that is mimicking a space alien's weapon.
It's a popcorn shooting gun of some sort. Not like a gun that shoots bullets or even lasers. Well, maybe it does in a movie. I don't remember. What, you watched it. What do you remember?
Yeah, well, you got to watch out for the label. I ain't going to tell you now. Now you'll be, every time you'll think, oh, shit, am I fucking the kids up for life?
I never think that. And hopefully they don't think I'll punch him in the nose and everything will end.
And then you're trying to remind them of these horrible, awful clowns that they're going to be seeing in parties for the next 18 years or whatever.
See, I don't buy that. I was never big on horror movies being scary. Like, it never really affected me like that. I don't think it's going to affect my kids like that either.
Just because you're fearless, just because you're devoid of any type of emotional response to these things.
See, part of it was my family in the 80s were doing the commercial printing for New Line Cinema. So we had all the Freddy Krueger shit. So it was hard to be scared of some guy that's just photos of in the office all over the place.
Oh, so you felt like you were a friend of Freddy's, Friendly Freddy.
Well, no, and then they made him really friendly. They started introducing like kids' toys and masks and gloves. I mean, who are those for? They're for the kids. But I was never afraid of Freddy. Do you remember the Freddy Krueger record?
I do not.
He put out a record. Do you remember Freddy and the Dreamers?
Well, of course I remember Freddy and the Dreamers.
They had a few hits in like 64. I'm Telling You Now, and the big one, Do the Freddy.
I'm telling you now.
Well, Do the Freddy was the big one, and it had a big dance that the lead singer, Freddie, would do, and it was ridiculous and very of its time.
I wonder how many of the young ladies were encouraged to do the Freddy.
Well, the Freddy Krueger version is a really awful 80s studio band doing that with one change. The real song goes, whatever, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, do the Freddy. His version goes, ba-na-na-na-na, do the Freddy. Ah! That's it. That's the total Freddy Krueger's involvement in that song. And then he gives an opening. He goes, I'm Freddy, and this is for you. How are you supposed to be scared of that?
All right, maybe poor example. Anyway, well, we had a night, and I also want to thank you, because now, see, I mentioned Stacy's birthday was August 29th. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. My birthday, of course, wink, wink, hint, hint, nod, nod. Hot rod running down the road, if you're wondering what that noise was.
Rodney Estee?
No, not Estee, a real hot rod. Well, a real hot rod car type of thing. I guess there could be a rod that was hot that you could have shoved up your ass. One of those red hot poker type of things.
But a rod.
Yes, but nevertheless, where was I going with this? Oh,
something up your ass?
No,
I think it was.
No, I was saying something, and then the hot rod went down the road.
Yes. Oh, the road.
The road, the highway. I was going to thank Charlie from Starkville, wasn't I? The birthdays. My birthday is coming up. September 17th is my birthday. I was just wanting to get that out there, in case anybody was wondering. And Charlie from Starkville has split the difference, and I've got my present early and Stacy's a week afterwards. But he sent us an Elvira Mistress of the Dark action figure for Stacy and a Batman TV series remastered special edition DVD box set for me. How about them apples?
You know, I get asked sometimes because people do want to send you gifts. Do you have a Blu-ray player?
I do now, actually. The brand new DVD, because you know that's a new format. They haven't had that out long. So yeah, so the new
like over 20 years.
Yeah, see, it's a recent development. So the newest DVD player we got in the house plays those. Yes, it does.
So it's actually a Blu-ray player that plays DVDs, is what you're saying?
Well, it plays everything. Oh shit, yeah. You can stick all kinds of things in this thing, it'll play it.
What do you mean everything? There's two options, DVD and Blu-ray.
Well, CDs.
Okay, plays music too. That's
play
good.
Them too. Well, right there you go, see? Think about that. Proves my point.
What point?
The point I was making. Thank you, Charlie.
That was the point?
That was the point.
Thank you, Charlie.
Well, you started talking about the Blu-rays or the Stingrays or whatever you were talking about.
At this point, I wish I was roommates with Boo-Ray.
Oh, God. Wait a minute.
You. I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. My dark wrestling humor will be here.
Come on. Oh, jeez. Let me get the taste of that one out of my mouth. That was uncalled for. I feel like Lance Russell now.
I already regret it.
Lawler, come on now. You come out here. You keep running the guy down.